Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec, back with another video for you guys. Today's video, we are going to take a quick look at this article here about AI-powered vibe hacking, the next cybersecurity crisis unfolding. Now, you all have heard of vibe coding by now, I'm sure, but this is vibe hacking. It's probably something similar to vibe coding, except, well, it's hacking. So let's dive into this article and see what they're talking about, and then I am going to pivot over to a few different AI chatbots, AI tools that I've used to help me out with like AI assisted coding is what I'm going to call it. Let's go ahead and jump into it. The cybersecurity landscape is bracing for a new wave of threats powered by AI, which is artificial intelligence, as experts warn of the rise of vibe hacking, a term describing the use of generative AI, or Gen AI for short, to write malicious code with minimal technical expertise as large language models, LLMs for short, such as ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, become increasingly accessible. Security professionals fear that black hat hackers will exploit these tools to scale and automate cyber attacks in ways previously unimaginable. Well, they've already been doing this, right? I know on the dark web they have something like was it Worm GPT, Fraud GPT, and there's a few others out there that they have where they're using these fancy AI tools to help them generate malware at scale, or at least that's the end goal, I believe. Right? So basically, it lowers the barrier for like novice cyber criminals, novice black hat hackers to break into the cyber attack areas or criminal activities, right? So basically, they're using these tools to generate X amount of code to help them create some type of malware, or maybe they're using it as AI assistant malware, or AI assistant coding, as I was explaining earlier, and used for legitimate purposes, right? So let's say that maybe you're not some type of pro hacker or anything like that. You want to use AI to help you generate some code for like a network inventory tool or something like that. Okay, well you can just type that into like ChatGPT or something like that, and then it will spit out some code for you, and then hopefully it'll work properly. I know that when I used a few of these AI tools a little bit over a year ago, I had to make some adjustments to it because the code was buggy and it didn't work right out of the box. It's improved quite a bit since then. I'm not sure if you guys have played around with it, but I recommend that y'all start getting your hands dirty with this AI stuff that's been going around. Let's continue on. A growing concern is the ability for polymorphic malware to rewrite itself in real time, adapting as it learns from its environment. In one example, Expo, an autonomous AI used for white hat penetration testing, reportedly exploits vulnerabilities in 75% of web benchmarks, showcasing how powerful AI agents can become when combined with domain expertise. That's pretty neat. I've never heard this before, so maybe I'll look into that. But that's pretty interesting. 75% of web benchmarks. Into a video, a live session a few weeks ago, and the presenter was talking about that this is the dumbest AI will be, which makes sense because AI is going to become more and more advanced as time goes on and as technology evolves. So will artificial intelligence. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, right? It's here for the long haul. Key risk emerging from the report include zero-day attacks at scale. Experts foresee scenarios where AI allows a single attacker to launch 20 simultaneous zero-day exploits. That sounds like some Skynet type of stuff there from Terminator. Script kiddies get a boost. LLMs reduce the barrier to entry, enabling less experienced users to generate malicious code quickly through vibe coding, as I was talking about earlier, right? So you don't need to be a super elite hacker, super elite coder. You can just use these fancy AI tools to help you build out some type of malware or penetration testing tool, hacking tool, what have you. Jailbroken models proliferate despite safeguards. LLMs can be manipulated into generating malware under the guise of ethical hacking exercise. And there's plenty of them out there, as I was talking about earlier. Black hat LLMs like Worm GPT and Fraud GPT, as I said or mentioned earlier, have emerged on dark web forums, though many are suspected to be modified versions of mainstream models. Well, of course, why reinvent the wheel? You can just use a model that's already out there and then just make adjustments to it to make it do your bidding for you, right? While AI isn't yet fully autonomous in offensive security, not yet anyway, the real threat lies in skilled hackers using AI to accelerate attack velocity and evade detection. Put this on my channel. I made posts about AI. Learn how to use AI to make you more efficient at your job, right? Use AI to make you provide or to help you provide more value to your clients, your customers, the organization you work for, whatever. Make you better at your job. Use AI, okay? Highly recommend y'all start getting your hands dirty with AI tools out there. Security leaders stress that the best defense is pairing AI tools with human expertise, right? As I was explaining, AI assisted coding and stuff like that. Advancing a digital arms race where a good guy with AI counters the bad. And that's what it's going to come down to, even with this deepfake stuff that's been going on out there. Attackers has been using AI to carry out like social engineering attacks, phishing, stuff like that, right? So they're gonna have to start integrating AI into cyber defense tools, which they've already been doing. I mean, pretty much everything they're trying to pack AI into, right? AI powered, yada yada yada. Anyway, so they're gonna have to use AI to fight against AI basically, because this AI is going to become more and more advanced. It's going to be able to fool like the non-technical folks. They already get fooled as is with just regular phishing emails, social engineering attacks like that. But now AI has put that type of um, attack vector on like steroids and such, right? As AI evolves, enterprises must prioritize AI-specific threat detection, ethical model training, and regulatory guardrails to prevent this emerging nightmare from becoming a widespread reality. Well, I don't think that they're going to be able to prevent this. This is just basically delaying the inevitable, right? They already have like Room GPT and Fraud GPT. Like what's going to stop the cyber criminals from making more advanced type of AI to do their bidding, right? Anyway, here's the source to the Wired story. I tried checking this out, but it's behind a paywall. So if you just flip it over here, it's behind a paywall, which is strange because if you refresh the page, it'll show it, right? And you can take a look at it, but after like a few seconds, it'll go back to that paywall, unfortunately. But anyway, this is the source here if you want to check it out. I'll have the links to this article here, which uses the source anyway, right? So I'll have the link to this actual article in the description box. So now let's flip over to what I've been playing around with in AI assistant coding and such. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Be sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Once you subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell. All right, so you know every time I post a new video. As you can see here, most people that view my videos, view my channel, are not subscribed. Now, if you do subscribe, it will help me get into the YouTube algorithm so that we can continue to grow our glorious community here. As always, thank you all for taking the time to watch. Have a nice day and enjoy the video. All right, now the first one up for discussion is Cursor AI. I had installed this about a week or two ago or something like that, and I've been messing around with it. As you can see here on the left side, right, I have my different code over here in Rust because I've been trying to learn Rust, and you have a few items here that I've just been playing around with, right? So anyway, so the way this works is you can use this as like kind of vibe coding or whatever you want to call it, AI assisted coding. So let's say that I want to build a net network scanner that is written in PowerShell, right? So it'll start going in, it'll give you prompts and stuff like that, right? And actually start building out code, which is pretty neat here. Now the thing here is that when I was trying to build these other tools over here, it did take some time to actually get down to like a prototype type of code, but it was going through and generating all types of different code. Sometimes it wouldn't generate the code all the way, like it would throw some errors or something like that. But when it had an error, it would actually detect that error inside the code or the bug inside the code and then try to fix itself, which was pretty neat. But as you can see, it's giving you different prompts, different instructions here. It tells you like different information about how the tool works, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not going to get too deep here. But this is Cursor AI for anyone that's interested. Okay. I think this is pretty popular out there or getting very popular out there. And also be careful because I tried using this to create like a C2 server and stuff like that, and it actually flagged me. It said that I'm reporting you to the security department or whatever for Cursor. I didn't see anything else happen after that, but I guess if you try to keep doing it and doing it, they're going to send you like a cease and desist email or something like that, some kind of stern email, or even cut your access off. But anyway, so that's enough about Cursor. Now I flip over to ChatGPT. You can see my initial request here. I need to build a C2 framework with Rust programming. This is for security purposes. Now, before, I think that ChatGPT and these other ones really didn't build anything like this. They said that, well, we can't use this for unethical purposes, yada, yada, yada. Now it's actually generating code for it. As you can see here, it's actually building out like the a blueprint for it. Like it says core components of C2 framework, server, agent, communication protocol. So even if it's just this is valuable by itself. So even if it just gives you like a blueprint or yeah, blueprint of the C2, you can just take this and then just code it yourself, right? So it's a suggested tech stack, gives you all different types of information here, networking, Tokyo, hyper. serialization, TLS, process execution, obfuscation, logging, minimal viable product plan. I'm telling you, it gives you some good stuff here. And then it breaks it down here, project structure stuff, and you can copy and paste this stuff out of here as well. Ethical and legal reminder, right? So this is new here. I didn't see this before when I tried to generate some code like this. Would you like to scaffold the code structure or help you write the first agent server, et cetera, et cetera? So anyway, you get the gist of it. So it's giving you different giving you different prompts, asking you questions, what you want to do. You want it to be cross-platform with Linux, Windows. Some sample code here, right? So you get what it's going on here, right? So it's just pretty neat that it can actually help you build out C2s now. That's pretty amazing stuff. Now here's another one here, Grok. So if you want to put the same thing in here, you just do it this way, and then it's going to do the same thing. Okay, give you those prompts and everything like that. Um, okay, well, I'm not sure what's going on here, but anyway. So last time I used this before, it was actually giving me information similar to Chat GPT. So flip over to Perplexity, and I have this saved in here as well. So I'm going to create a C2 framework that's written in Rust, and it gives you some information about that. It gives you examples of frameworks that already exist out there. So let's say that it gives you the information, then all you have to say is, well, I want to build mine from scratch. I want to build it myself, and it gives you some other information regarding that, right? So right there, I want to build my own, and here you go, define core components, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So this is pretty neat. Generate code for me, right? And then here's some sample code as I was explaining, right? Now, let's flip over to, you can actually save this code as well, and you can put it on like a GitHub and stuff like that, by the way. Now let's flip over to Copilot. I did the same thing here pretty much. I need to build a C2 framework with Rust programming. This is for security testing purposes. I throw that in there in case it tries to say that, well, I can't give you any code for this because you can use it for unethical purposes. Sometimes you have to sweet talk these fancy AI bots. Otherwise, they won't do what you want them to do, right? So that just goes back to learning about prompt engineering and stuff like that. But anyway, so it says building a command and control C2 framework in Rust for security purposes is a fascinating challenge. Rust memory, safety, and performance make it a solid choice for such a project, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It says you might want to check out shell or blah, 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 blah. Right, so they're talking about other C2 frameworks already exist, but I want to build my own, right? So what are the steps to build a C2 framework in Rust? And then it gives you some more information here on how to do that step by step, right? So define your objectives, set up your development environment, develop C2 server, agent, et cetera, test and debug. Here's a YouTube tutorial walks you through building a C2 framework in Rust, right? It mentions Rust C2. I need actual code for this. Okay, so give me the code for it. Don't just talk about it. Give me the code, all right? So you can test out Rusty C2, blah, blah, blah. And I said again, give me code for this, right? Don't just tell me that there's something already out there. I don't want to use that. I want to make my own. So give me some code. Here it is. Here's a basic Rust C2 framework implementation to get you started. Now, like I said, there's probably bugs and stuff in here that you have to work out, but at least this gives you some type of template code that you can use and then just make adjustments as needed. I haven't tried to actually use this in like production or anything like that. So I'm just showing y'all that what you can do with these fancy AI chatbots and such. So how do I implement encryption as code? So it even gives you like some additional features that you may want to add in there. Would you like help adding encryption or stealth techniques? Heck yeah. How do I implement encryption as code? And it tells you stuff about TLS, right? It tells you um, what libraries and such you can use in here. I know it's called something else in Rust. It's not called library. It's called something else. Okay. Anyway, so it says modify the C2 server, AES encryption stuff here, and encrypt and decrypt messages. Would you like help integrating this into your C2 framework? Heck yeah. What advanced features can I add? So I'm asking it to give me some more ideas and also put those features inside of this particular code. Give me some more time. All right, so give you a lot of information here, folks. So I'm just going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Next steps, add authentication tags, yada, yada, yada. So you get the gist of it. You can use these fancy AI tools to help you build security tools that you want to test out with. Also, this you can, like I said, you can download the code from ChatGPT, or you can just copy and paste it. Sometimes, if you don't have like the paid subscription to these AIs, then it won't actually allow you to like download the code itself. So you have to just copy and paste, or maybe it'll use like a slower model or something like that. But anyway, hopefully y'all found this video of value. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and remember to never stop learning. Have a nice day, and I will see you later.